Hello, welcome back to a new YouTube video. In today's video I have a game between Fabiano Caruana and Hikaru Nakamura in the Rapid Chess Championship. Fabiano Caruana starts with e4, e5 by black, knight f3. All those moves are standard book move, and so good so far. Knight d2. This is a good move, but not best. The best would be to cover the shed with the bishop on c2, but it's a good move anyways. A series of trades and takes, trade and take, and this knight can runs away to a safe square. Pawn h4, an aggressive move, saying to black that I'm not going to castle short. Pawn d6, avoiding to white push this pawn again. Pawn h5. This pawn alone wants to destroy the enemy camp. A castle, large castle, long castle, short castle. Rook g1. This is a weak move, but according to Stockfish, this is one of the best moves and makes sense because now white could be preparing an attack on this line. Black pushing the pawn to attacking a piece, but it seems that a free pawn, but this bishop is right now protecting this important pawn in the center, so this knight has to retire to a safe square. Bishop b3, bishop g4, attacking the knight that has to move or doing something else. Knight h4, the first inaccuracy of the game, and cover the communication between this rook, and this pawn is now undefended. A blunder for Hikaru. According to Stockfish, it would be better to push only one square to attacking this pawn that is covering very important square right now. Pushing the pawn that now has to retire to a safe square or take this pawn. Take this pawn. Black took the pawn, and this is a blunder because now white can push this pawn to attack the bishop and winning a tempo. Okay, he does. Bishop retires. Knight f5. Now this knight is covering important squares. Push the pawn, and now this knight is covering more important square. Bishop c2. Now this knight is well defended and now is untouchable. King running away to a safe square. A brilliant move. Taking the pawn, and this pawn now is a weak pawn, and this king cannot take this pawn without a forced mate. So king has to move away or put a rook in this pawn that right now is weak. Knight to a safe square. Now that already took the pawn, this move is to preparing a square for the king, pushing the pawn that now has to take this bishop is forced, because if black allow white to push this pawn an extra square, this bishop will be so bad positioned on the board. Take the bishop, king runs away. This is preparing to open this diagonal of the king. This is an accuracy but very human move, avoiding to open totally this line. Queen e2, good move. Now this can take this pawn, and once that the trade, white would have a check. King goes to a safe square, but right now there are no safer square on the board. Black is covering all the board. Take the pawn, queen b8. According to Stockfish, could be better covered with rook, because now the queen was covering this possible infiltration of this knight. Another brilliant move. This is really good game and very instructive game. King goes. This knight again is untouchable, because this queen can go here and creating problems for black. Knight coming back to creating another check, and goes to e6, preparing a nasty check on e6 square. Rook e6, avoiding possible discovers on this with this knight. Queen goes to e6 anyways. King goes to a safe square, the only safe square, because this could be a check. King goes away to preparing a rook with check, so king has to move. Taking this pawn now is the best. Knight goes to c6, good move. Now has to trade, or because this knight is doing a very good job on this side. Knight e5, sack the knight. That right now there are no very good moves for black, only hoping for a draw. Takes the knight, queen sack, knight, take the rook, and now this seems even for both sides, but the only one who has an extra pawn is white, so it's winning for white. Take another pawn, taking a pawn, but this pawn is too advanced. King goes to protect this pawn. Good. Taking the pawn and preparing post pawn here, but again this is a very advanced pawn. kings goes to guard his pawns. Rook and black resign. Very good move, very brilliant move. The reason because black resign is because this is a losing game for a tempo, and it's all for today's video, and thank you for listening, and see you the next video. Bye.